This. The combine falls right in the slow season of the NFL. We just had the Super Bowl, phenomenal Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes wins it again. He beats what? This young Jalen Hurts. What's happening until draft? You got what? Pro days. You got combine. April is what? Draft.
Yeah.
But what happens? Nothing.
Right. Slow time.
So how are they going to keep this machine going?
Yeah.
Bro, this is a $16 billion entity. And it's a media business. This isn't football. I don't know what people think this is. This is a media entity, Corey.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so that means integrated marketing, product placement. Do you know that the NFL is making money off of the merchandise that the guys are wearing? I think it's like Noble this year is
That's fancy.
the sponsor for that.
Yeah.
A company called Noble. I don't know how much they probably had to pay to get that product placement, to get that spot, right?
Right.
So the answer is no, Corey. Now, what I do think they need to do is they need to revamp it. The NFL should revamp the combine, starting with parading our guys around in their underwear. This isn't the 1500s, the 1600s, the 1800s where we had the slave trade and we had guys, we had people literally standing in front of white men being picked. Like, they need to do that, number one, right? Love the NFL, gave me a huge opportunity. But the reality is I felt uncomfortable at the combine. When they had to put me in my tights, and I was in shape, I felt good. But it just didn't feel right.
Yeah.
It did not feel right for me to go in front of this whole audience of general managers, head coaches, and some owners, and they look at us and then take notes. So that's the first thing they need to do. The second thing that the NFL needs to do is change the medical process. The medical process, Corey, is it's like a workout before the workout. Some guys are up till midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning going to get this x-ray or that x-ray or this MRI or this CT scan. And then they got to wake up the next morning, 6, 7, and go through all these interviews and then go work out. How the hell are we putting them in? I mean, if it's a stress test, the combine is perfect.
Yeah, right.
But it isn't a stress test.
Yeah, not by any means.
Like, how do you keep a kid up all night and then expect them to come and perform at their best on the biggest stage in their careers? You can't do that.
I know you mentioned off air, like, you were cramping, right, when you were going through like your field drills and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I was, before I even ran my 40, which is the most important part, right? Like, before I ran my 40, I was cramping. I was able to still pull out a 4.49 and a 4.50, but yeah, I was cramping. I had to slow down, but a lot of that was on me, I would say, right? Because I was so jacked up. I drank like 2 Red Bulls. I probably over warmed up.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
but the thing for me, that medical process is tough, man. And they put you on like these Cybex machines where they're testing your right quad to your left quad, right hamstring, your left hamstring. So just imagine doing the hardest leg workout you've ever done in your life, and then being asked to go run a 40.
Yeah.
So I think to answer your question, to wrap this up, they should not do away with the combine, right? This is a media business. It's a media entity. There's more opportunities for integrated marketing, more opportunities for sponsors and advertisers to come in. It's another opportunity to get the game in front of fans, but they do need to revamp it 100%.
Yeah, no, good points there. All right, so yesterday, it was in the news that the Washington Commanders are cutting veteran quarterback Carson Wentz, right? So last year, Carson Wentz went 2-5 as a starter, but that was before suffering, an injury that kind of, took him out for the majority of the season. My question to you, though, Brandon, is Carson Wentz's days as a starter over?
I hate to do this. Carson Wentz days of a starter, it's over.
Sheesh.
And the reason why is that it's all mental. We had an opportunity this offseason to, take our show on the road. We call it Content on the Go, and we stopped at like 14 teams. And Washington was one of them. And I went up to Carson and I just pulled him to the side. I was like, man, I care about you, man. How are you doing? Just checking in. And you can see he was fighting. Mm-hmm. He was fighting. And it's a battle that most athletes fight, right? When you lose your confidence, and you're in the thick of it, mm-hmm. It's hard to explain. It's one of the most toxic environments you can be in, and that's in a sports locker room, right? And at the pro level. Mm-hmm. You got to think about billion dollar entities, multi-million-dollar athletes, and every single day you have to perform. So the answer is yes, unfortunately, because I think he's struggling mentally, right? And it's not like some type of disorder or anything like that. It's just the pressure of playing in the NFL. Because I don't know how you go from 2017 being, really lead in the MVP discussion, right? And before you tear your ACL mm-hmm. to this. Right, yeah. Right now, if you go back a couple years when he left Philly and he was going through that and then he ended up going to Indy, they were talking about, his presence in the locker room. They was talking about, is he too far removed from the guys? Having his favorites. He had the tight end there, right? But then you also had like Alshon, you had Nelson Aguilar. So I know those guys felt like he could have potentially spread the ball out a little bit more. And there was other things that was floating around, but hell, every locker room there's going to be something. Every guy has something, right? So I'm not going to, spend too much time diving into what he could have potentially did better because everybody in the NFL could do better. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But the reality is, Corey, Carson Wentz days behind the helm is over. He probably has a small chance, of getting it right and, backing up somebody if he wants to do that. Hell, Carson Wentz might retire. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Carson Wentz retired.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Carson Wentz. But yeah, no, let's move on. So LeBron James may be out several weeks with a foot injury. So, yeah. So in their game against Dallas, right, on Sunday, he suffered an apparent foot injury, right? But again, like the reports are saying that he might miss, several weeks, right? So what does this mean for the Lakers moving forward?
It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
I mean, look, do they get that play-in spot? I don't know. Can AD hold it down, until he gets healthy? I don't know. But LeBron is damn near 40. And we had D-Wade on the show, and D-Wade talked about, God just being all over him and in him because, like, he'll roll his ankle and he's back the next game. But the reality is, when you get older, it always catches up with you. So we'll see how long it takes him to recover. But I think it's bigger than just this season. Mm-hmm. I think LeBron and his team and the Lakers really need to figure out what to do next, right? Can he somehow get Kyrie to come? I know Kyrie, he's in Dallas right now, and he'll be able to do whatever he wants this offseason. If he leaves Dallas, I'm sure the Lakers is the most likely destination, right? He lives in L.A. He loves L.A. On our show, he talked about, that being one of his biggest basketball regrets is leaving Cleveland, leaving LeBron, and doing it the way he did, right? We know he wanted to go to the Lakers this year. If that can happen, then LeBron stays. If they can't get Kyrie, let's say something, and you never know, right? Like Kyrie might say, you know what, this is more attractive, or I like this, or I changed my mind. Hell, Kyrie might go live in Africa somewhere, right?
Yep.
If that happens, if I'm LeBron, I don't know if I stay a Laker. So I think this ankle really pushes this conversation forward faster, right? Because obviously, they're going to be they're probably having those conversations and having that discussion now. But this offseason, they really got to lean in, man. Because LeBron, bro, he can still do it. Do you want to see? Do you want to see LeBron spend his last years losing?
No, nobody wants that for LeBron.
It's a lot like Kobe.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who celebrate that. Oh, Mamba. I was talking to Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne talked about that. Like, oh, I'm a what did he call himself? He called himself a Mamba minion,
Yeah.
a Mamba minion. That's what he called it. And
Yeah.
he loved the idea of LeBron staying. But I don't know, man. That was painful to see Kobe, rest in peace. You know, those last couple years losing. You know, obviously he went out with a bang. What was it, like 60-something points?
Yeah, last game, right? Yeah.
Right. Like, man, I want LeBron to win another one or two.
Yeah, that's the hope. And, of course, we hope for, a speedy recovery for him. But, yeah, no, let's move forward. So, on Sunday, the same day, Tommy Fury defeated Jake Paul, right, in their highly anticipated bout in Saudi Arabia. Now, the two were originally scheduled to fight in December of 2021, but a rib injury forced Fury out of that fight. Then the two were actually set to square off August 6, 2022. But Fury was actually denied entry into the U.S. But on Sunday, Fury won, via split decision, actually handing Paul his first career loss, right? Now, my question is, is the show over for the problem child? Like, what's next for him?
What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you this. I'd say he'll probably be in the ring again, you know what I'm saying? But I think that next fight is probably the most important fight of his life, because he got handed his first L. He didn't look too bad in the ring. I must give him his credit, right? Like, he looked like a legitimate boxer, but he finally fought a legitimate boxer, right? And he lost in his first match against him. So we'll see, though. We'll see.
Listen, this is what I would say. Jake Paul has one chance to redeem himself. The next fight that you're talking about was supposed to be against Nate Diaz.
Yeah,
and that fight was supposed to be a money grab. We're talking about Floyd Mayweather type purses.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Because all about numbers. Can we get people to click and buy pay-per-view? Fury, not only did he control the fight, he made him look inferior. Remember, the first 3 fights, he's 3-0. Remember who he fought? MMA fighters.
Right.
This is the first real boxer that he fought, and he loses. And this is a guy that really, I hate talking about people like this, but he's not that good. He's not even a real fighter for real. Like, this was your time. This was your opportunity to legitimize yourself as a boxer, to start this conversation of you really being a boxer. So, opportunity for you to set up the next fight. I mean, we're talking about $200 million that could potentially be on the line here. Like, he can continue to fight, but those days of earning $15, $20, $25 million a fight, or the opportunity to do that could be gone if he doesn't win the next one. Mm-hmm. Like Nate Diaz, that can still happen. But is it exciting to you still?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, not a Nate Diaz fight, right? Like that'd be very lopsided in my opinion if you were to just jump right back into a ring and fight Nate Diaz. No.
But guess what? You might still watch though. Let me tell you why.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because Jake Paul, he's an entertainer.
Yeah.
He's gonna say something, do something. I got your hat, man. Remember he took Floyd.
Yeah, Jake Paul different. Jake Paul different. He's mastered that though. I tell you that. He's mastered marketing.
How does he get people to click? He can get people to click. I mean, this dude, bro. When he launched his YouTube channel, he literally did a video every single day for 2 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, the dude is relentless. So if anybody can figure out, it's him. But I'm like, man, that's $200 million on the line right here. So he got one chance to redeem himself.
Yeah. We'll see what he does with that. We'll see. All right, let's switch gears. So the XFL season, is finally underway, right? They're entering their 3rd week now. There will be 40 regular season games, 2 playoff games, and a championship game that'll likely be like mid-May, right? So what are your thoughts on the XFL so far?
I haven't watched.
Okay.
Have you watched the XFL?
I saw cut like a couple series of one of their games, yeah.
The only way, look, The Rock and Danny Garcia, his business partner, ex-wife, love how they able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
First, can we talk about that? Like,
Right.
like we married, get divorced, and then we go run up $1 billion.
That's
What?
exactly what happened. Yeah,
What?
Right. I know. Yeah.
Unheard of. I mean,
Yeah.
they need to get a trophy for that.
Mhm.
They need to be rewarded for that, bro. Like, so first off, they did a phenomenal job of just, putting this together. But we've seen this before. The only way the XFL survives is if they partner with the NFL. All right, so I haven't watched. I've seen some of the clips and the highlights. I've been consuming some of the content on social. And the number one clip for me, and this is why I say, partner with the NFL, is because A.J. McCarron walked away from I think he said $4 million a year as a backup sitting on the bench. Took $60,000, but it wasn't about the money. It was about showing his boys that giving his boys the experience, watching their daddy play, right? And that's a beautiful thing. So that story was phenomenal, but it's going to be hard to find enough of those stories to keep people engaged, to keep people coming back. And that's what it's all about. Remember, the NFL, what I just said is what? You remember? What did I say the NFL was?
A business.
No, what kind of business?
Money-hungry business.
It's definitely a money-hungry business, but your ass ain't taking notes. The NFL's a media business, bro.
Media business. I knew it was an M. That's what I knew.
So
it was
what's
an M.
different for the XFL? It's about can we get you to keep coming back? And there's no product in the world like the NFL. No product. The number one show every single year is the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about name any of your favorite shows, sitcoms on ABC, NBC. The Grammys, the Oscars. There's no better show than the NFL Super Bowl day.
Yeah.
Right? And then also, if you just go through preseason numbers, you go through the regular season number, playoff numbers, right? They're still, astounding. The NFL, we got millions of people tuned in to just 1 o'clock game, 4 o'clock game.
Yeah.
That's how you're able to grow your game. That's how you're able to play your players, to have the resources needed to put out a good product, right? Yeah. So to me, A.J. McCarron, phenomenal story. The deeper, play for me is, can A.J. McCarron play in the XFL and NFL, right? Because it makes a lot of sense. Forget just showing your boys that, but think about development. They're not competing. It's the offseason for the NFL. You have a lot of backup players, a lot of backup quarterbacks that can go play and then go into the NFL season. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, it's a development league, and they're collaborating. They're having a lot of conversations. So I do know that. I do know Troy Vincent. It's like the number 2, number 3 guy in the league office. He's definitely paying close attention to this, and he's working with them over there. And it's more so like, hey, this is a development league, and they're sitting back watching and like, oh, this kid, he's balling. Let's give him a shot. I feel like it should be more collaborative. It should be more of a partnership where it's like, yo, you're not only signed to this Vegas team, but you're also signed to the New York Jets as well,
Yeah,
right?
No, that's actually a cool
if
idea.
you do that, man, like the A.J. McCarrons of the world, it's like, dude needs reps. You can't just throw a kid out there been sitting on the bench for 4 or 5 years. Backup quarterbacks can go 4 or 5 years and not get one snap. They can go 6, 7 years and not get one snap, and then we throw them in there.
I expect everything from him. Yeah,
bro. Dak Prescott just snapped his ankle.
Yeah,
go in there right now.
Yeah,
go in there right now.
Yeah,
go win the game.
Right. Yeah.
We're gonna throw 3 picks, and then we're gonna be like, he's trash. Of course he's trash.
Right, every time. That's no, Hey, no, but look, before we move on from the XFL,
hold on. Are y'all enjoying this show? Can y'all put like a comment in? We're YouTubers now. Can you believe this, bro?
I know.
I made a lot of money in the NFL, 100 million plus in career earnings. I'm not saying that to brag, but I'm saying that to say, post career, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a fucking YouTuber. Isn't that weird? Like, think about that. I mean, for your generation, it may not sound crazy, but for me, bro, like, I'm thinking about venture. Like, I'm going to go take this money and I'm going to go invest in these startup companies. I'm going to try to find the next unicorn in Uber. I'm going to go try to find the next health and wellness brand. What's the next tech software platform? I'm a YouTuber.
No, let's just create some dope content, huh? Like,
and guess what? It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah.
You got dudes like, I don't want to put numbers out there, but I know Destroying has a bag. Pat McAfee has a bag. You see what they do? I feel like everybody should be a YouTuber. Everybody in the world should be a YouTuber.
I'm with you with that.
I'm going to sit here for the next 5 years on paper route 3 to 4 times a week and just put content out and just talk to people.
Hey,
and then hopefully we can break through.
I'm sure there won't be complaints.
That's it. Look, Corey, you trying to get back to the damn sports topic.
Nah, not even.
look, go ahead, Corey.
Well, no, because I didn't want to go too far away from the XFL stuff, right? Because I wanted to ask you, do you think the NFL should consider, like,
are you a YouTuber, Corey? Are you a YouTuber?
Am I a YouTuber? I'm a gamer. How about that? Can I say I'm a gamer?
So you're a Twitcher? Is that a Twitch?
Twitch, yeah. Well, Twitch and YouTube, they kind of coexist.
So you're a Twitcher? You can't game on YouTube?
I mean, that's not really how it works. I guess you would put your Twitch videos on YouTube.
Oh, there's nothing integrated where you can Twitch to
it might be some integration. I haven't looked that deep into it, but
all right, go ahead to your XFL Twitcher.
Yeah, but listen, I think this can really result in some exciting NFL games if the NFL actually considers this. Because in the XFL, what they've done is replace the onside kick with a 4th and 15. Right, so it's essentially like if you're down as a team.
Hold on, start over again.
Yeah,
I was still thinking about YouTube and Twitching.
Yeah,
because now you want to talk about rules and stuff. Now I haven't watched. I told you I haven't watched. Now you want to talk about the rules of the XFL.
No, this is more for the NFL though. This is more for the NFL.
Go.
So in a situation where a team would need to onside kick it, how about they instead attempt a 4th and 15? In the attempt to get the ball.
And that's what's happening in the XFL
that's
right
what
now?
The XFL's doing right now. What if the NFL did that? You think that would work in the NFL? I mean, good idea for me.
So instead of on-siding, we go for 4th
and 15.
No, man. That's too much.
Yeah.
You sucked all game.
Maybe I'm speaking from a fan's perspective, huh? Am I speaking from a fan's perspective?
You are. And you played at the University of Notre Dame. Let's go back. Your probably high school was bigger than your college.
Yeah, kind of. Right, St. Thomas Aquinas. Shout out STA. Shout out all the Raider boys in the NFL too.
There you go.
We represent very well.
Deep.
Yeah, we deep. Yeah.
So now you're a fan. So you go from St. Thomas Aquinas to Notre Dame, and now you want to
YouTube, right? YouTube. I'm taking the Brandon Marshall route.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So now you're a YouTuber.
Now I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, you know what? I guess I've graduated from a Twitcher to a YouTuber.
I like it. You're gonna make a lot of money.
Let's do it.
No, man. I just what I was going to say is you've been in these games before where, look, the team who did their job that day when the clock is approaching 0, they should be sitting there yo, try this onside kick. Right, but to give them a 4th and 15, I think it really your chances of converting goes up, right? I think less than 5%, maybe less than 2% of onsides are recovered. Might be a little bit more this year. 4th and 15, it's almost impossible as well. But I think 4th and 15. I mean, there's not even a lot of guys attempting it, so I think the sample size is small. But probably, and I'm guessing here, maybe, we're new. It's paper route, presented by I Am Athlete, Celsius, FanDuel, partners. I don't think we have a fact checker yet. Do we have a fact checker on staff?
I think somebody.
Can we just use Google then?
It up real quick.
Can somebody Google maybe 4th and 15 conversion percentages? I would guess that is probably 10 to 15%. Which means the people who are attempting this have a greater chance of doing it, which I don't think you should be giving the losers any more opportunities. You're the loser for a reason.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool?
Yeah, I'm
right.
I like
We're done with the XFL?
I think we're done. We can
sure?
Move on. We can move on.
All right. You just wanted to get something off your chest. Was you trying to go to the XFL?
Nah, I'm cool.
You think you can do it?
Yeah, of course.
X?
But I gotta hire Colin though. You know what I'm saying? But I will cook anybody that they put in front of me.
Okay.
I still got it.
Okay.
All right, we moving on. All right, so general manager Brian, oh Lord, I might chop up his last name.
Gutekunst.
Gutekunst.
Brian Gutekunst.
Thank God for Brandon Marshall. So yeah, he spoke to the media today and mentioned he's hopeful that he speaks with Rodgers soon, and they lay out a plan by March 15th, right, which is when free agency opens up. This is actually what he said in his press conference today. He said he's a great player, but until we have those conversations, I think all options on the table are open, he said. We need to have those conversations. We want what's best for the Green Bay Packers and what's best for him. So we'll, get to that coming up. Question, what are your thoughts, on Aaron Rodgers right now?
All right. BB, one of our social producers that's on our Avengers team, can we please get that segment out, that new segment out with Lil Wayne? I think Lil Wayne says it best. And I'm going to wait. Well, you guys have to come back tomorrow. See how I did that?
Yeah, that was nice.
Have to come back tomorrow, or maybe it's Friday. We'll put this out, and Lil Wayne will explain how he feels. Aaron Rodgers should retire. It's not because he's a bad guy. It's not because he can't do it anymore. It's because when you make it to this level as a professional athlete, you have to go all in. Tom Brady said it best last year when he retired the first time, right? He said, I didn't know if I could continue to sacrifice and give the game what it deserves and what it needs. Aaron Rodgers, and all players go through this, is on this like spiritual awakening, right? Mm-hmm. And listen, there's so many journeys when we talk about spirituality. I'm talking about this as the athlete's spiritual journey. Mm-hmm. A lot of athletes are defined by the sport. That's why we see a lot of athletes post-career, or when a game is taken away from them, suffering in silence, lose everything. Yeah. Because they don't know who they are. They don't even have a plan B. Bro, you'd be surprised how many dudes come in my office, ex-teammates, whatever. Yo, pretty dope, love what you're doing. We're talking about guys that got a lot of money, had a phenomenal career, maybe 4 or 5 years removed, and we get to it, I'm like, yo, so what are you doing? I don't know, I'm still trying to figure it out. What you mean you don't know you're still trying to figure it out? You got to know, you should know that actually when you're in high school and college. Because this is just a game. Yeah. And you get an opportunity to make a lot of money in this game. But when the game is taken away from you, for you, it was taken away from you when you were in college. Mm-hmm. You didn't have an NFL. Mm-hmm. But you grew up with NFL aspirations. Mm-hmm. Some guys make it for 1 year, 2 years. Some guys make it 5, 10 years. But eventually it's taken away from you. And when it's taken away from you, you're probably 30, 31, 32, if that.
Young.
Right. So just imagine, and this is the conflict for Aaron Rodgers and why he needs to retire, because he's in a different space spiritually, and the team, remember, athlete spirit, is in a different place. Like, you got guys, man, that's like, yo, I'm trying to win now. I need you here this offseason. That's not fair to them. So if you stay around long enough, what happens is you get sophisticated. I had a coach when I was playing for the Jets one day. I was sitting there with the New York Jets, 2015, having one of the greatest years of my life. And I'm in a lunchroom, and I got a book. I'm reading a book called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. So I'm at lunch, and I'm reading my book. And then the linebacker coach walks up to me. He's like, yo, B, let me ask you a question. So what's up, coach? He says, when is it over for a heavyweight? I said, heavyweight? What do you mean heavyweight? Boxer. Mm-hmm. I said, when his ass get knocked out a couple times? He said, no. When they get sophisticated. So imagine I'm reading, learning about the world more. Because your world is all sports. When you make it to that level and you're that great, you're obsessed with the game.
Right, yeah.
Think about that. That's all you think about. Remember Aaron Rodgers sitting in the draft on draft day, sitting in the green room, the pain in his eyes, and what he said afterwards, how you gonna make everybody pay? He was obsessed. That obsession no longer exists. Right. It no longer exists. You're sophisticated. You read. You start traveling more. Bro, a lot of these athletes, a lot of us, we don't leave our neighborhood. We don't leave our neighborhood parks. You get to the league and you got money, and they can say, Stephon Diggs right now, I've been following Stephon Diggs. He's in Paris right now. He's in Paris Fashion Week. Right? You got freaking OBJ a couple of years ago. Him and Von Miller was on tour with Drake. They're going to a different city. They got a house in London. That was headquarters for a couple of months. And then they traveled to all the other cities around Europe. What happens is exposure leads to expansion. So now you start thinking about, like, for me, man, mental health is a big thing for me. That's my purpose. Oh, football is my platform. So you start trying to figure out how to bring these two worlds together, and that's when you have to go into these, these darkness retreats. You have to go to Hawaii. You have to go do ayahuasca, right, to go figure some stuff out because you're trying to put these worlds together. Even just having a kid, having a family when you're an athlete, it throws off everything, right? When I first started having kids, it was like, before then it was 9 to 5 in the off season. I can go, I'm working out in the morning. I'm doing all this, my kettlebell work, this and that, and then I'm going to the field. On the field, I'm gonna go do my run. Then after my run, I'm gonna go to this place and go recover. And after I do go do that, I'm gonna go see the chiropractor. And then after that, I might have a massage therapist come to the crib. When you have, especially if you're trying to be a good father, you're trying to be a good husband, right? You start figuring out, like, dang, well, when am I gonna see my wife? I just went through 7 months, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't see each other. So the off season, isn't this what the off season's for? But if you take a break, your ass is done. They drafting. As soon as they draft you, they're drafting someone else to replace you, no matter who you are. Okay? Kids. When am I going to see my kids? So there's so many journeys that the athletes go on, right? And I know I'm going on a bit of a rant, but I guess this is what YouTube is for. And I see the numbers are increasing. This is awesome. I love YouTube. But Aaron Rodgers, man, he needs to retire. He's trying to figure out, like, he may know who he is already, right? Like what he wants to lean into, because you hear him talking. He's deep. He's really deep. The game is so much more outside of this game, right? Aaron Rodgers, it's just time. It's okay. It's okay. I know a lot of people give him shit, and I give him shit sometimes, right? He's one of my favorite quarterbacks ever. I think he's the most talented quarterback we've ever seen. He's the best thrower of the football that we've ever seen. I feel like the Green Bay Packers wasted his time, and maybe because of his quirks and who he is, maybe he played a huge part in that. Well, he did play a part of that. He contributed to it. But they should have gotten more Super Bowls out of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers should be walking away with more Super Bowls.
I agree.
But there's no doubt that Aaron Rodgers is great. Fact checker, please. Do we have a fact checker yet? Have y'all hired a fact checker? How many Super Bowls did Aaron Rodgers won? Is it one? It's one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's one Super Bowl.
Yeah, only is one.
And guess what? Tom Brady has what?
7.
Right? Joe Montana has what? Do you know, youngin?
He has 5, right?
4.
4? Oh, man. I was really hoping.
Thank you, fact checker. Intern. He has 4. Aaron Rodgers has 1. And you know what? You know what everybody else says? He ain't good enough. Come on, because Tom Brady, we start comparing. Aaron Rodgers is great. He should walk away with his head up high. You won a Super Bowl.
Right, yeah.
Could you have gotten more? Absolutely. Absolutely. There's more meat on the bone. But guess what? When it's all said and done, you look back and you say, man, I played how many years? I played until I'm 39.
Yeah. Got to celebrate that.
I played until I'm 39. One team. That's some phenomenal things. Won a Super Bowl. Back-to-back MVP. Wasn't he back-to-back MVP? Fact checker? Do we have this fact checker on staff yet? Yes or no?
No, I want to say he
What are we doing here? I am athlete?
Yeah.
Bro, walk away.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Yeah.
Salute to Aaron Rodgers. I want to be the first to say this. Can I get my single? Make sure let me see right there. Boom. Aaron Rodgers, congratulations on a phenomenal career. You won a Super Bowl. Hell, I've never even made it to the playoffs. You should be proud, bro. Your name and your team, that team, is forever sketched in the history of the NFL. Your kids is going to be able to see that. You won back-to-back MVPs. I think you won 3 MVPs. You're phenomenal. It's okay to walk away, bro. It's okay. This tour that you feeling, all athletes go through it. There's nothing else left to prove. Go travel the world. Go explore. Go build your family. So I want to be the first to say, salute to Aaron Rodgers for a phenomenal career. You're one of the greatest. Me personally, you're my favorite quarterback ever. Favorite. Now, you got some little quirks. Hell, I got quirks. They get on me about my quirks. But that's the human condition. We all got quirks. Guys like you and I, shit get played out publicly. Salute to you, brother. Enjoy post-career.
Salute.
You need to walk away, bro. You need to walk away. And that's real.
No, it's been great watching Aaron Rodgers. But, I mean, to kind of stay, on this topic, right? Like, with all this circulating around Aaron Rodgers, now people are starting to kind of direct their attention to Jordan Love, right? So, I mean, my question is Jordan Love, ready to be the starter? I mean, is the Jordan Love era upon us?
We don't know until you play. Same thing when the 49ers did with Trey Lance.
Yeah.
We're going to throw him out there. We moved up in the draft to get him. We took Trey Lance over who? Justin Fields. We took him over who? Mac Jones. Remember talking to some of the guys in the building, and I'm like, why are y'all putting Trey Lance out there right now? And Jimmy G, he wins when he's healthy. Look at it. We know, Brandon. We know. But until we throw him out there, we won't know who he is. So the same thing with Jordan Love. Like, look, sample size is small, even before he was even drafted. Go look at his UCLA. Was it UCLA? What school was it? Fact checker. Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Manderville. Hire a fact checker. Utah State.
Yeah. Yep.
Where is Utah State? It's in Utah? No, the sample size is small. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And then even in the league, it's like kind of like Aaron Rodgers, the same thing. Where, I mean, Brett Favre held it down for a long time. Aaron Rodgers, remember those moments Aaron Rodgers sitting on the sideline, like, yo, retire. Right. And then you throw him out there and you see what you got.
Yeah.
The good thing about it is he had Aaron Rodgers in front of him. And a lot of people, will take that and say, well, damn, the good. He's able to watch how he does this. No, he has the good and the bad. Oh, this is what Aaron Rodgers did great. If he's smart and he really took advantage of this time, sitting down, he got a whole notebook. Man, this is what I'm taking away from Aaron Rodgers' game. Man, this is what I'm taking away from Aaron Rodgers' approach to the meeting. Man, this is what I'm taking away from Aaron Rodgers' leadership. Man, this is what I'm taking away from Aaron Rodgers when it comes to recovering. Man, this is what I'm taking away from Aaron Rodgers when it comes to interacting with his other teammates outside of just the receivers and the tight ends. But then he's also looking at like, all right, this went wrong. That went wrong. Area of opportunity over here. That's the greatest thing about studying people. Don't just study their wins, study their losses. If you can do that and activate and execute against that, you might have an opportunity to be successful. So is Jordan Love ready to be a starter? This year will tell.
We'll see. We shall see. All right. So, yeah, let's move on. So Derek Carr is set to meet with the Panthers actually at the Combine, right? So, do you think Derek Carr, is that like a good fit for him, the Panthers? Do you think that would potentially work?
I don't like this for either party. Derek Carr should be looking at a team that's ready to go now. Some would say that the Carolina Panthers are ready to go. Look at what they have on the defensive side. They have a few little pieces here and there on offense, and they also want a nice run. They should have kept the coach. Huge. If I'm Derek Carr, I'm looking at how this owner handled this coaching hiring process. You had your head coach. You messed it up.
Man.
You messed it up. It's a bad decision. I don't go.
Yeah.
I go, and he's taking too long. He should have been selling himself to the Jets. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, there's a lot of Derek Carr. What are you doing? I don't know right? Like, I don't know the dads, right? We're not in those rooms. But when I got to One Florham Park, One Jet Drive in Florham Park, New Jersey, when I met with the Jets, I would have had a whole 20-page presentation. My name is Derek Carr. I would have started from the beginning. My name is Derek Carr. I've been in the NFL for 10 years. Let me show you what I've done, right? Let me show you what I want to do moving forward, okay? Let me take you through this last year with Josh McDaniels, because I know you're going to ask me what went wrong. It's Josh McDaniels. It's Josh McDaniels. That's what went wrong. Please don't hold this against me, Woody. But I'm selling myself to them. You out here flirting with the Saints. What are you doing? You out here flirting with the Carolina Panthers. What are you doing? You got a team that's ready to go right now. If I was Derek Carr, and then you're asking for $35 million, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Bro. Woody, I'm willing to pay for 22.5, okay? And then I want the incentives. I want the bonuses. Because I know Elijah Moore, what Lil Wayne did on the show, Elijah Moore, Garrett Wilson, what's the young running back we got? Fact checker, help me out. God, I should know this. I'm supposed to be the football.
Is it Brees, right?
Brees Hall.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be the expert. Brees Hall.
Elijah
Is it
Moore,
Brees Hall,
STA
Bryce Hall? Bryce Hall, Brees Hall. We got Brees Hall in the defense. Bro, you walking into the playoffs. Because let me tell you why. I don't want to talk about, the head like this, but I don't know what we're going to get out of Tua and the Dolphins. I really don't. We saw what happened when Tua ain't there. And I'm telling you right now, Buffalo, they're imploding.
Well, on that note.
Hold, let me finish.
No, hold on. Stay here?
Yeah, I'm stay here.
Let's stay here.
The Patriots' days are done.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be super competitive. But for them running the division, no, that's over. Now, are they going to be competitive and they're going to beat your ass here and there? Absolutely. 20 years straight, done. Man, he could be the quarterback. He can be the face of that franchise for the next 5-6 years. The strength is the defense. Now you come in and you don't have to be the superstar. Get it to your get it to your playmakers. Hand the ball off. Let him do his thing. Make the big play when you're supposed to make the big play. Get the guys in position. Be who you are in that locker room. You don't got to do nothing but come as you are. And he a believer, a Christian. So what they saying about come as you are, come to church, come as you are. Come as you are, bro. But know that you don't have to go win the game because you got
a lot of pieces. A lot around you. Yeah.
So Derek Carr, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Because now if you load up your contract with incentives and bonuses, and you know I love business, right? And I'm more of an entrepreneur, and I always have to remember, right? Like, not everybody think this way. There's a lot of people in the world, and there's more people in the world that want the security and the stability over taking a chance and betting on themselves. The people who bet on themselves are the ones that trailblaze, the ones that are considered innovators, the ones that are considered even crazy, right? What the hell are you doing? Yeah, the Carolina Panthers are going to give you $35 million, Derek Carr. You're going to take less to go over here? Man, your ass going to take that $35 million from the Carolina Panthers, you're going to be one and done. You go over here, you take less, and now they're going to be begging you to do an extension. And you're going to be right. You're going to say, Woody, give me your checkbook, Woody. This is what I want. And Woody going to just sign his name. You're going to fill in everything else but the signature. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. That team is ready, man. Yeah. That team is ready. But, and I know you want to move on. This is what I think should happen. The Jets take Jimmy G. Your mom still pray?
She do.
She still pray? She got holy oil?
Yeah. She
all right, we're gonna bring Jimmy G down. We're gonna put some. Mama gonna pray for him. She gonna put some holy oil on his ankle, his knees, and everything. Yeah. Hold up, Jimmy G. And then I'm gonna take the rest of that money. I'm gonna go get Jalen Ramsey. I'm gonna double down on my defense.
Oh, the Jets are gonna be a problem if that happens. All right, so this is our last topic.
Last.
It's our last one.
YouTube. Last. Can't we go forever on YouTube? Can't we stream for 5 hours? Our numbers is jumping.
Yeah. No, well, this is our last 2 minutes. Then we're going to switch gears to another segment. We like this in the next segment coming up.
I like this YouTube stuff. Yeah, shoot, they wanted me to go to ESPN, FS1. So I'm going to YouTube. I'm going to YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm going to YouTube. Boy, I'm betting on myself.
Why not, right? Got to.
Go there. Yeah, he want that check. Hey, boy, I walked away from 7 figures.
For this.
7 figures, bro.
Yeah, man.
For YouTube.
We here. We're
making a little couple dollars right now, but I guarantee you in about 2 years we stay consistent. And you don't tell me to land a plane in 48 minutes if I can run it up for 5 hours and we can do paper out for 5 hours and you telling me we're gonna last question. Bruh, you know what I walked away from, bro? I need these 5 hours, bro. I need the what are you talking about?
I hear you. Well, no, because we switching segments. That's all.
Okay, we be quick. Let's be quick.
We still here. Let's be quick. All right. So this morning, right, the Buffalo Bills announced that defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier will take the season off, but plans to come back next season. But my question is, what does Leslie Frazier's absence mean for the Bills next season?
Can I give you another opportunity? Like,
what's up?
You can always make fun of me. We hold each other accountable.
All right.
I'm gonna give you another opportunity to say Leslie Frazier.
I don't know why I chopped that one up. Leslie Frazier. That's pretty simple. I don't even. Yeah, it must have been like too much saliva.
You know, I'm gonna chop up some words.
Yeah. No, I definitely did that. But
it's
Leslie
over.
Frazier,
I just said it, Corey.
Yeah.
It's over for Buffalo. It's over. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That defense, nice. It's the coach.
Yeah.
You can keep his scheme, but you can't keep his leadership. Yo, let me go talk to this player like this. Let me go meet this one where they're at. Let me go challenge this one. Let me cut this one. What you doing? So you can keep his scheme. But he ain't there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to come back to this because it's deeper. And then I also think that, the last thing we heard on the offensive side, we saw Diggs doing this to Josh Allen. I wouldn't be surprised if Diggs is on another team next year.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's over for Buffalo. Remember, the window is short, man. Josh Allen's nice now. He's top 3 quarterback.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Maybe if I'm like a DeAndre Hopkins, I might be watching Stephon Diggs, and I might be like, yo, if he go out, I'm going to go take that place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a couple wide receivers out there that I might be watching that situation a little bit, but, it's over for them. They're not going – they'll be competitive, but they're not going to be dominant.
Okay.
They're not going to be that. And then the bigger conversation with Leslie Frazier is Leslie Frazier's probably mad. Like, I don't have a head coaching job yet.
Good point.
Who just got a gig? The Philadelphia Eagles defensive coordinator just got the head coaching gig in AZ, right? Fact checker.
Jonathan Gannon?
Fact checker. Do we have a fact checker yet? Have we hired Manderville? Have we hired a fact checker? Manderville said no. Manderville said it's impossible to hire a fact checker. Yeah. He's in Arizona. Manderville said it's impossible to hire somebody in 10 minutes. We need a fact checker on this fucking show. Excuse me. I can curse on YouTube.
Hey, man, yeah.
I'm going to stop cursing. Hold me accountable. I'm going to stop cursing. And I'm doing 30 days dry. I'm not drinking. I've been drinking too much. But anyways, yeah, you have this coach. What's his name, fact checker? Jonathan Gannon. Yeah, Jonathan Gannon was the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. Mm-hmm. Okay, phenomenal job. Okay, did a great job, but you had some dogs, right? He goes and gets the head coaching job for Cardinals. Did I say that right? Defensive coordinator for Philadelphia Eagles, now head coach for the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah. Okay. If I'm Leslie Frazier, Leslie Frazier's probably just like, man, come on.
Wait, didn't we say we holding each other accountable? What was his name? What's his name?
Leslie Frazier.
Okay, all right, continue.
Okay, cool. It's like, come on, man. How does this man not get a job? And he's already done it already. Mm-hmm. And people are going to be out probably in the comments right now. Let me look at the comments. I guarantee somebody in the comments like, he already got an opportunity. Remember when he was the head coach for the Vikings? Do you know sometimes the second time around is the best time? Yeah. Because you learn from your mistakes. Yeah. First off, he did a phenomenal job. He did a good job. Mm-hmm. He did a good job. Steve Jobs. You know the story of Steve Jobs?
Enlighten me.
Youngin?
Enlighten me.
Guess.
Well, I mean, it was definitely a story from like a rags to riches story, right? Apple started.
Yep, and then once he got to riches, what happened? That's good start.
Right.
What happened?
I don't know, man. I think you might need to finish this one.
So, what happens is he goes from rags to riches. Mm-hmm. They built it in the garage. He loses Apple on the street. Then he goes build up Pixar. Then he comes back to Apple and takes. You know his first meeting, what he did?
No, what did he do?
We got away from what works.
Yeah.
You guys are trying to sell products. This is not what Apple is. We're aspirational. We're inspirational. Then he put this legendary campaign together. You know, he starts showing, some of the most brilliant people in the world and just said Apple underneath it. Because damn, like, that's what Apple is. And boom, got him right back on track. Apple was about to be done. So I'm saying all that to say this is that the second time around, sometimes with the right person is the best time, right? Because you got guys like Leslie Frazier that deserves a second shot.
Yeah, I agree. So,
notice a long transition. Where we at?
So, I mean,
we're done.
Yeah, do you want to transition to fact or
look,
foolish?
Management looking at me. We're going to go to break. Oh, they're saying go to break.
Yeah, let's go to
break. We're
on
YouTube. This is the cool thing. When you're on ESPN, like, you have a producer in your ear. Hey, Brandon, you got to finish. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Break. We're going to go to break, and when we come out, we're going to dive into fact or foolish. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. We'll be back in 5 minutes. So when I first got in the league, when I was in Denver, we had all these. DJ Williams used to be on the show. He was the one passing around the Vialysis.
Cialis and
Cialis.
That's different.
Whatever it's called. Cialis, Vialis. But we wasn't doing Viagra. So what happens is they was passing them out before the game, and we was taking them because when it thins out your blood, energy, and you go longer.
I'm not talking about Cialis, and I'm talking about actual surgery.
Oh, what you saying?
Yeah, like enlargement.
Yeah,
surgery.
that's what I'm talking about, enlargement.
People be really doing that.
Yes.
I ain't know nothing about that.
No, see, y'all talking about something that's gonna keep it right for 36 hours.
Yeah.
Now, this motherfucker taking that shit so they can be that way forever.
Oh my God.
In the league?
That's how you get suspended. That's how you get suspended.
People doing that in the NBA?
I'm sure
Y'all
I'm
6'7",
sure people do that
6'8",
across
I thought
all-
like.
What does that have to do with anything?
Is that a pause?
That's a major pause.
I'm just saying.
That's major.
I never heard of that.
That was
He
kind of
said
OD.
the shoe size and
That
that
was
size
kinda
are not
OD.
clicking.
Ain't no OD.
Let's skip that
Ain't no
part
OD.
right there.
You heard he said I'm corny. I'm corny.
Let's get back to the basketball.
I'm secure in my manhood. Tell me I'm sorry.
Don't have surgery.
This is really happening right now?
Brandon. Like, what? Yes.
Bro, let me tell you. Ain't nobody getting suspended for taking Cialis.
But what's the problem? But okay, let's say they doing that. What you say they doing it. What's wrong with that? Why they gotta be suspended over that? If they feel like they need to be.
Because it has something in there.
Yes.
It has a steroid
That
in there.
Ingredient in
Same
it.
way
It's
if
a
you
steroid
take an
ingredient.
alcohol and a
okay,
pop up
okay.
on a steroid
Okay,
test.
yes.
It's no
Okay.
different than in the NFL. I forget the player, but there was a player who was
I can't
trying
think of
to
their names.
trying to conceive with his wife, and she was going through, I want to say, in vitro, and she was going through the fertilization of her eggs, and he was on medication to, I think, increase his testosterone. Wasn't doing it to increase his performance; it was to have a baby, and he got suspended because the ingredient in there still comes up in a test.
Remember what Eddie Murphy said on Golden Child?
What he
They
said?
tried to sell him that stuff to help keep the yang up. What that boy say? Ain't nothing wrong with my yang.
Athletes are some of the healthiest people on the planet. Adopt a lifestyle with an all-new HOA Plus app.
What's up, athletes? It's your girl Maya here. I'm Bonnie. Welcome back to HOA Plus.
HOA Plus delivers daily workout classes with real coaches tailored just for you.
Squat right in, stomach off the ground until you get to the full position.
Connect with your own personal head coach for live one-on-one training
Bring it up to the ceiling. There you go.
so you can reach your goals even faster.
Nice.
We are making it easier to train,
3,
fuel,
2,
and recover
1.
where you are.
You made it.
Come commit to a routine that delivers
Alright.
results and live like an athlete. Join the tribe on HOA Plus.
Are you the best defensive player, or are you the best player to ever play football?
I'm not saying I'm the best player to ever play football.
What about
But-
defense?
Am I the best defensive player? Okay. If not, who?
Brandon?
Reggie White.
Reggie White's a great player, and I put him up there in the same class as myself. Every time I walk into a room, or I pick up a paper or something, it's LT, hey, I see an article, they talk about all these people, and then always at the last, my name always shows up in the last sentence of the last paragraph, just before they say greatest of all time. Okay.
Hey, do you think you could have played in this era?
Yeah, if I didn't want a paycheck, yeah. Kick me out of the game every week. Now, but yeah, I can play in an era. I think I can. I mean, I am rugged enough to play in this era. I don't know. That's a hard question, man.
Could you have cleaned your game up, though?
Sorry to cut you off.
No,
Manorville, if you check the feed, top of the feed, there's a young lady. It's weird. It's like action but the way she spelled it is Action Jackson 88. She said, hire me as the fact checker. So we have our first inquiry when it comes to fact checking. Yeah, if you want to be our fact checker for Paper Route, please jump in the chat and we'll hit you up. So Manorville's going to hit you up. He's going to hit you up, Action Jackson. But you got to be good. You got to be good. All right, Fact or Foolish.
All right, man, let's get into it, right? So this segment, Fact or Foolish, what I'm going to do is read a statement, right, from my guy Brandon Marshall, and he'll just simply have to determine whether it's fact or foolish, but he has to give his reasoning why. So for our first statement, right, will the Eagles make it back to the Super Bowl next year, fact or foolish?
Foolish. I know yesterday we talked about it on our first show. That didn't work. We talked about it on our first show. There was only 9. There's been 57 Super Bowls played. There's been 9 teams to repeat, right? Obviously, that's even harder to do. I don't know what the statistics are. That's why we need this fact checker on how many teams made it back. It's extremely hard.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to do it. And then also, and everybody's been talking about it, and we have to understand this. When you pay that quarterback, it changes everything. Because this defense, we talked about the defensive coordinator having all these dogs around that defensive line, corners, right, linebacker. You have those guys you can pay them.
Mm-hmm.
But when you pay Jalen, and he should get paid. This is the business.
Mm-hmm.
But what comes with that is you're going to lose a few guys. So it's going to be extremely hard for them to get back to the Super Bowl. Will they be a really good team? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Will they make the playoffs? If all goes well, they stay healthy? Absolutely. But as far as like dominating the way they did this year, man, this year was like a historic run for them.
Yeah, no, it was.
So it's foolish. The Philadelphia Eagles will not make the Super Bowl next year.
Got it. Next, Josh Jacobs is the best running back in the NFL.
Josh Jacobs. Is Josh Jacobs the best running back in the NFL? It's foolish. I like Chubbs.
Okay.
I like the King, Henry. See, I really like Henry, and that's a guy I would like to play with. I would say that King Henry is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, beat you with speed and power. And he's extremely durable, and that's saying that the other guys aren't.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, for me, I'm going with King Henry.
I think that's a good choice. All right, next one. The Washington Commanders will have a top 10 offense next season now that they have, Eric Bieniemy leading the offense over
Can
there.
we save that one for Shady?
Yeah, we'll definitely give him that one.
Let's move on. I'm gonna let Shady for the people who haven't followed with the Shady saga, Eric Bieniemy.
Mm-hmm.
When we have Shady back on,
that should be a good one. That should be a good one. All right, well, this is in your realm. Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, let me pull this up before I answer this question. Is Justin Jefferson the best receiver in the NFL? Absolutely. Fact. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Fact. I love a lot of guys. I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to go here online, go to NFL. I'm going to go to, so I'm typing in NFL. All right. Hold on one second. Boom. And I'm going to go to, it's not allowing me to do this. I'm going to go this way. Now I'm going to go NFL.com. And then I'm going to go to stats. I'm going to go to receiving. So Justin Jefferson right now obviously had a historic year, unbelievable year. It's hard to stay in the zone like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to explain, but it's almost like Russell Westbrook averaging a triple-double a night. Remember we were following that, like, dang, is he going to do it again? Is he going to do it again? I think James Harden had a crazy run where he had like X amount of 40-point games in a row.
It was 32 30-plus games in a row. That's what he said.
What was it?
32 30-plus point games in a row.
That's insane.
Crazy.
And you know, for him to lock in the way he did, you know, it stay zoned in, that's hard. So Justin Jefferson's number one, and then you have Tyreek Hill, you have Diggs, CeeDee Lamb is up there, had a phenomenal year, and a lot of people don't give him his respect. He had 107 catches.
Wow.
Almost 1,400 yards. 9 TDs. That's a phenomenal year.
great
That's an
season.
all-pro
I
year.
feel like that wasn't talked about enough.
Devontae Adams had he actually had a sneaky big year, right?
Yeah.
He had 100 catches and 1,500 yards, 15 yards a catch.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Pittman is up there, 99 catches. I didn't know he had a big year like that. 99 catches, 925 yards. And you have Devontae Smith, 95 and 1,200. Damn, he had more than
AJ.
more catches than AJ. AJ had 1,400 yards. So there's a lot of big names here, right? It's basically what I'm getting to. DK Metcalf, Devontae Smith, Devontae Adams, you know, Diggs, Tyreek Hill. You know, you got some old guys, too, that I really love, like not older, but older guys, Mike Evans, DeAndre Hopkins. Justin Jefferson, when you think about the wide receiver position, he can do it all. You know, he can beat you deep. He can run the entire route tree. He has, even now, like I put this a part of like a wide receiver trait.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have swagger.
Mm-hmm.
Dude got crazy swagger, bro. Yeah. Have you watched him before the game?
Yeah, he got the drip.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
Who has more swag than at the wide receiver position? I ain't talking about dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Diggs got that.
Yeah.
Diggs got that. But I'm talking about pregame. I'm talking about football attire. Who got more swag? Who got more swag than Justin Jefferson? So that's a trait that we have to start accounting for when we talk about, you know, the wide receiver position. His hands are a 10. His route running is a 10. His attitude is a 10. His football IQ is a 10. His swagger is a 10. And he's young.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it again. I think it would be redundant if I ask for the fact checker again. And I don't want to piss everybody off, but I'm curious to see how many years it's been for him. What is it? He's only year 4.
That's what I was thinking about.
Year
4,
3?
Yeah. Year 3 or 4. He's going into year 4, right? Gotcha.
Going to year 4. He's not even in his prime.
Right.
Justin Jefferson is not even in his prime. He's about to walk into his prime. Physically he is, but mentally he's not. When the physical and the mental match, that's when an athlete's in his prime. Body, do this and they can do it. Now, when you get into year 3, year 4, year 5, you've seen cover 2 this way, that way so many different times. You've seen cover 3. You've seen how double. He's going to know, oh, y'all doubling me this way? Okay, let me do it this way. He now knows, okay, well, you're going to try to, you're really tripling me. You're putting this corner here, and then you got a linebacker pushing to me, and you got a safety over the top, low key. Oh, this is how I got to run this circus route. Oh, this is how I got to push out and then run this dig. But then I really got to settle right between the numbers and the hash because that's the only seam that the quarterback has. Justin Jefferson is just now getting started. The only thing Justin Jefferson needs to do because he works extremely hard is not overwork. That's it. He can go down. I'm not even going to go there. Let's move on because I don't want to.
I think I have an idea where you're going.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to the next one. LeBron James wins another ring before retiring. Fact or foolish?
Fact. LeBron James wins another title before he retires. That's a fact. Well, it's a fact if LeBron wants to. Because LeBron can go to another team. Okay. LeBron, he has to attract. If they get Kyrie Irving, AD stays healthy, they win too. Kyrie, AD, LeBron, they win 2. They may win 3 if AD can. Let me tell you why. And people they gonna crush me for this. But man, if AD stays healthy, and that's a big if. I'm an optimist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I always see the good, positive. And it's like, man, could this be the year that AD stay healthy? Can next year be the year? Is this next year the year that AD stays healthy? Remember, before he got hurt this year, bro, remember what he was doing?
Yeah, he was doing great, and the Lakers, in pretty good position.
So now you put AD, Kyrie, and LeBron together. Yeah. What I thought was going to happen after they won the last one in the bubble was the passing of the torch. I thought LeBron was then going to be able to say, okay, AD, go do your thing. He was the MVP of the finals. Yeah. In the bubble, and he looked amazing. Yeah, he did. There was one moment he had in the bubble where he fell down, he tweaked his ankle, and LeBron walked right by him like, man, if you don't get your ass up, not right now, AD, not right now. He had one moment in the bubble where he was like, rolled around, and LeBron walked right by him. You knew LeBron like, no, not right now. Yeah. Right? Outside of that, it was look phenomenal. Owned it. Was bigger than the biggest stage. But hurt, then take it. And I'm saying that because LeBron would have been able to kind of transition to Magic, facilitator. I don't got to go get 30 a night. I don't got to play as hard on defense. Man, AD, everything running through you. I think Ashley said this yesterday. She said, like, now, like, the offense, and I don't follow basketball that close, but she said all offense runs through AD now, right? But I guess, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But all I'm looking at is workload. Yeah. LeBron being able just to like, yo, let me get Kyrie. Here you go, Kyrie. Here you go, AD. Yeah. And then lead. Mm-hmm. No, Kyrie, need this. No, Kyrie, come back. No, AD. 2, bro. If and this is me, stars align. Basketball gods come down. Yeah. They ascend from basketball heaven. AD, bless. You know what? We're going to bring Jimmy G and AD down here. Your mom gonna pray for him, and she gonna take that holy oil and she gonna rub it on both of them. Yeah. And they gonna be good. And they gonna win 2 championships. Wow. Jimmy G and AD.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I know you said, you're optimistic. That's
we got 5 more minutes for this show. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you for enjoying another episode of Paper Route live streaming on YouTube. We're YouTubers right now. I played 13 years in the National Football League. And now I'm a YouTuber. I'm 38 years of age. I'm turning 39. I think 40 to 50 is going to be the greatest era of my life, the greatest season of my life. I think I'm going to be walking into my prime. I still got one more down season, 39. We built, and it's a lot of work. We had technical difficulties today, but it's okay. It's okay. And I'm saying all that because we're YouTubers, bro. YouTubers. Like it or not. And you talking about you're a Twitcher, you're a YouTuber. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for rocking with I Am Athlete over the last couple of years. A lot of moving pieces, a lot of changes. But guess what? We're YouTubers. You got to be able to adjust. Yeah. YouTubers. So we're going to finish out this show. Got a couple more Fact or Foolish. Mm-hmm. And then we'll get back to it tomorrow. Because guess what? What's up? We're YouTubers. We're YouTubers. Bro, we're YouTubers.
Yeah, man. We're YouTubers.
And guess what happens after that?
We're going to be on YouTube again.
Again? Why?
Because we're YouTubers.
Okay, all right. Let me stop.
All right. So, next one. Nikola Jokic will win a title in the next 3 years. Fact or foolish?
Foolish. It's too heavy. Yeah. I like Embiid winning one before he do.
Really?
Yeah, then also I was pressured yesterday to talk about, I said fact on, the Joker winning MVP, 3-peat. Yeah. Man, Joel Embiid is getting hot. What?
You're not wrong for that take. You're not wrong for that take at all.
Bro, do you see what he's doing? And then I didn't even think about this. Go back to when they played. What did he do? He made a statement. Joel Embiid made a statement when they played against each other.
He did.
Who? He is the most dominant. But remember when them two went head to head? Joel Embiid embarrassed him. He went for 47. He is. Who you got? Man, come here. Let him take this seat real quick for the last. Come on here. Come over here. No, come over here. Get the mic, bro. Yeah. Get over here. Get the mic. That's what I want to talk. Holla at me.
I'm gonna do what you did yesterday, right?
And then tell the people who you are too.
My name is Hollywood. I'm a sports.
No, you're not Hollywood.
Yeah,
you're
my
Marquette
name is Hollywood.
Walker. You got to earn Hollywood.
Okay, bet.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna tell you this, right?
Get into the mic, Hollywood.
My perspective on it all is that.
No, bring that same energy. Don't come up my perspective. Bet. Bring that same energy.
Cool. Say no more. A big man will never be able to win a championship for a team. So you sitting here saying that Joel Embiid is the most dominant? in the NBA right now, that automatically rules him out, bro.
Oh, so
Giannis is a champion right now, so that's why I'm saying he is the most dominant in the league overall. Bro.
He is dominant. He is dominant,
But
but he's
the
not the
most
most dominant.
dominant,
The
bro.
reason why I say Joel Embiid is the most dominant is because he's Shaquille O'Neal, moves like Olajuwon, and can also play a little bit like KD.
He's a stretch.
Bro,
To say dominant, that means you dominate in that one.
he just had 47
area,
to get
bro.
your three-peat.
Okay,
the guy you want to
okay,
give a
okay.
third
Listen
ring
to me
to,
though.
a
Listen
third
to me though. Listen to me though.
MVP to.
Is he a champion right now though? That's
He ain't
what
no
I'm basing.
champion.
Okay.
And no, neither is Joker. But we're talking about.
You're an analytics type of guy though.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm
You
a
told me that
field guy.
yesterday.
I'm a
You
field
told
guy.
me that yesterday,
No, what I
B-Mosh.
like to do is I like to back up my feel with numbers, with data.
Okay.
Right? So now that's why I said Joel Embiid is the most dominant player, and y'all talked me into saying that he's the MVP. Joker would do a three-peat when my heart and my feel says Embiid. And I'm backing it up with the numbers. They went head to head. He dropped 47 on them. He made a statement. You know that. As a receiver, if I'm going against Darrelle Revis, he got to feel me. He got to see me. Try. Like you just like, oh my goodness, this is the moment. It's the biggest stage. Everybody watching. Let me show the world who's most dominant. Let me show the world who's MVP. Right. Now he got like 19 games left or whatever it is. He got some making up to do. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I understand you. But at the end of the day, since we're basing it off of stats and analytics, my first day here yesterday, you told me that verbatim. I'm sitting here telling you right now, your morals and what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. And look, he's a phenomenal player. I understand he dropped 47. He's done some phenomenal things throughout the NBA thus far, man. But it's Giannis without a doubt, man. The most dominant in the NBA.
Yeah, but that wasn't even a question. Can we throw? Do we have the question up there? Can we throw the question back up? I don't know if we do. Like if we don't, it's okay. But it's Luka. What is the question?
No. Nikola Jokic will win a title in the next 3 years, and I said that it was foolish.
You said it's foolish?
Yeah. I
think it's foolish too. And then I said that I think Joel Embiid will win one before he did, and that's how we went down this little rabbit hole.
Yeah. I think the biggest reason why I'm kind of saying like that it's foolish is the first thing I came on here and said is that a big man cannot win a title for any team in the league. Shaq couldn't do it without Kobe. That was a given fact. Et cetera, whatever. The Denver Nuggets right now do not have those pieces around him to be able to, them to be able to succeed and win that chip. Jamal Murray is just, getting back from the injury.
Go to the next
one.
Okay, you won this one. You won that one. Go to the next one. Where's the next one? Let's roll it up.
Okay.
Can we scroll up? What's the next one? That's it? That's the end of the show?
Yeah.
All right, let's roll it up. What's the next?
Foolish.
So go ahead, read it. So because bro, we're YouTubers, bro. We got people. We're streaming live. People are watching this, so they got to know what we talking about.
All right. So the last question on Factor of Foolish is Luka Doncic wins an MVP before Jason Tatum. I actually came up with this question yesterday.
I came up with this question yesterday.
I said that it's foolish, right? Luka Doncic is someone who has been dropping 30. Now has Kyrie on his team, so that is going to complement his skill, But Jason Tatum, I'm saying within the league and the NBA, it's going to all boil down to politics, bro. They were just in the finals last year. He's still averaging 22, I believe, this season, right? And he's been doing his thing, man. It's going to boil down to politics when it comes to that. That's what I feel like it is.
So you have Jason winning the MVP before Luka.
Right.
Oh, I'm saying fact.
Okay.
Luka wins.
Tell me why.
Like, man, just look at it, man. It's about who has the best year, right? In basketball, you can dominate the ball, have a decent year, good year. You do have to win. You have to win. That is true. You have to win. But Luka is going to dominate the ball, and Luka is going to be in position to actually put up bigger numbers. So bigger numbers.
I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm understanding what you're saying as well.
So who has a better chance of averaging 30 points? Obviously, it's next year because this year ain't gonna happen. Who has a better opportunity, Luka or Jason?
And the only reason I'm saying Jason right now is because he doesning have Kyrie Irving on his team, and so you have two ball dominant players on the Dallas Mavericks.
Kyrie's not gonna be on this team next year.
Kyrie, he's staying in Dallas, bro. He's not leaving.
Can you pull the mic up?
He's staying in Dallas, bro. He's not leaving.
Bro, he's going to L.A.
He's not going to L.A.
That was his number one. That was his
He's
number one
He's not going to LA.
destination.
He's not going to LA.
So you're telling me
Look
a guy who wanted to go to LA and play with LeBron sat on their show and said,
Let me tell you
that's
why.
my biggest regret, right? We know that the owner, Ashley's talked about it yesterday, did it in spite. Oh, we're not going to send you where you want to go.
Right.
We're going to send you over here. 20-something games to play left in the season, right? At playoffs. So they'll get through this little part of the season. Now he's a free agent, and he's going to choose Dallas over LA, his number one destination.
The Dallas Mavericks right now are ranked extremely high. Think back to when Kyrie and why he went to Boston, right? He wanted to have his own team. He wanted to lead a team. Him going back to LA would basically be contradicting everything that he's doing right now. Look at the LA Lakers and the situation that they're in, too. LeBron is 38. 38 for the past 15 or 16 games. He's averaged 30. AD only has done it for the past 2 games, bro. 2 games. And even with that, it was like a piece in there. He barely got 30. And so it's like Kyrie going to the Lakers will be putting him back into a messed up situation to where he'll have to pick up the pieces. And 9 times out of 10, it won't happen. He's not winning a championship by himself. He didn't do it in Cleveland. Bron had to come to get him to that championship. That's why I'm saying him being in Dallas and having that veteran role and being able to kind of, coach up Luka Doncic.
I got you.
He'll
got
be
you.
able
Go.
to, yeah.
You done?
No doubt. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Okay, so I still disagree.
Okay.
And it's okay to disagree. Okay? Just work through it. We can talk through
We're
it.
YouTubers.
Can we do this? We're YouTubers. Can we do this? We're going to end the show. Thank you guys so much for rocking with us for day 2. We'll continue to grow into this new platform and continue to bring out dope content every single day. We're super excited about live streaming on YouTube as YouTubers. JP, Nagin, our social producers, our Avengers team, can you take the clip, just like cut it up, right? I say something quick about this whole Kyrie and LeBron thing, LA, Dallas thing. Hollywood says something like this back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And then we just put, like a poll. And I want to see the people, how they feel. Will Kyrie stay or will he go? I don't know if we can get FanDuel. I don't know if we can get FanDuel to put this on their platform so I can win some real money.
Okay.
But I bet the people say that Kyrie leaves, he goes and doesn't stay.
I bet the people say he stays.
Okay.
Without a doubt.
See you guys tomorrow. Paper route. We're en route. Love you guys. Peace.